Today we're going to introduce the E002 component, tester for CKP trigger testing. First, we need a 100 Pro main unit. Besides diagnostic functions, this device can also test sensors and actuators. This time we are using the E002 component tester together with the C004 test cable. The vehicle currently has no fuel injection and no ignition, so we need to locate the crankshaft signal from the magneto. After finding the connector, we identify the positive trigger signal wire. You can see the small marking on the wire. This is the signal positive wire. Then connect this wire to the CKP positive signal. Next, use the 62030 battery clamp cable. Connect the two clamps to the battery positive and negative terminals. After that, connect the other end of the 62030 cable to the power port of the C004 cable. Once everything is connected, the 100 Pro main unit will power on automatically. After powering on, enter the operation menu. This is the diagnostic function, and this is the signal simulation function. We will use the sensor and actuator test function. First, select Test and press OK. Then select Manual Test and press OK again. After entering, the top section is for sensors, and the bottom section is for actuators. Next, select E002 actuators. Then select E002 CKP Trigger. After entering, the screen will show the wiring instructions. You need the E002 module, the C004 test cable, and battery power. There are also connection diagrams on the screen. There is a GND wire on the back side. If you are using the vehicle battery as the power source, this GND wire is not necessary. If you are using an external power supply, then this GND wire must be connected. There is also a signal wire that needs to connect to the CKP positive signal. However, during our actual test, we did not connect it on the ECU side. Instead, we connected it directly to the magneto side for easier wiring. For models like Benelli, you can also connect directly to pin 4, which is the CKP positive signal wire. We connected to this signal wire. After completing all connections, turn on the ignition and switch the engine stop switch to on. Then remove the high voltage ignition wire and install a spark plug on the ignition coil. Position it near the frame to perform a spark test. Next, operate the diagnostic tool to simulate the crankshaft signal, triggering ignition and fuel injection. You can adjust the RPM using the up and down buttons. For example, 1300 RPM, 1400 RPM, and 1500 RPM. These are all idle speed ranges. The left and right buttons adjust the trigger tooth settings: 17, 22, 23, and 34 teeth. This is used to match the signal requirements of different ECUs. After the settings are completed, the ignition coil will start sparking. Fuel injection and ignition will also work normally. This is the testing method when the crankshaft signal is abnormal. Thanks for watching.